Good afternoon, welcome to The Industry. This is our post-London Collections Men event, and we are here with the chairman of London Collections Men, Dylan Jones, who is also the editor of GQ, and he's going to be interviewed by Sarah Penny, who is the editor of Fashion Monitor.
Obviously, you've been editing GQ now for over 15 years.
Since God was a boy, yeah.
Yes. Can you tell us a bit about your career path and how you actually got to reach sort of heading up the masthead of one of Britain's most favoured menswear magazines?
What do you mean, one of? So rude.
I'm trying to be objective.
I went to Chelsea School of Art, then I went to St Martin's when it was still in Charing Cross Road. And I left in 1981 thinking I was going to be a photographer. And then one day, a friend of mine called Mark Bailey, who was a photographer, rang me up and said he was taking some photographs for ID magazine the next day. And could I help? Could I come and interview these people? And as I had nothing to do, I said yes. I went along, did this thing, didn't really think anything of it. And then about 3 days later, I got a call from Terry Jones offering me a job. And it was literally as simple as that. I quickly realized that I never wanted to do anything else, that I'd been given a real opportunity. You need to work harder than you've ever thought you'd work. You just need to work insanely hard. Yeah. And you need to be lucky. And I was very, very lucky at a relatively young age, so that's how I got into the industry.
Okay. What are your kind of key sort of principles and ideals that you, as editor of GQ, will keep forever throughout your career?
Well, the thing that, I mean, when I inherited the magazine, it was already incredibly successful. It was the yuppie Bible. It was renowned for teaching a certain type of man how to dress well. And I thought if I can bring anything to this proposition, it was journalism, and that's what we did. We brought really good journalists to work for the magazine, and that became our DNA, and that became our USP as well.
How did you approach that when you kind of moved on to digital? Did you go about it in a completely different methods?
Well, initially, like a lot of people, we made an awful lot of mistakes because I think the tendency is you just think, right, we've got this amazing thing here and we're just going to do a digital version of it. But of course, it doesn't work like that. Yeah. So we made a lot of mistakes. But I mean, initially, I thought that it was going to be really difficult for us because I thought, A, we're late, B, I wasn't convinced that we could do a good job, and C, I thought it would kill the team. And actually, you just have to try and protect your brand and make material that is suitable for those different types of medium.
And now we'll move on to London Collections. So obviously, as chairman of London Collections, what do you think has been the secret to success? I mean, it's been 6 seasons, and it's doing amazingly and fantastic for menswear.
The idea was the idea of Caroline Rush, who's the CEO of the BFC. And as we talked about it, it became apparent that we could actually try and do something that was regular. I mean, people are very complimentary about LCM, and it has been amazingly successful, but we built the platform. I mean, it's only been successful because of people's enthusiasm for it.
Ideally, where would you like to see menswear in the UK go within the next 5 years?
British menswear has the recognition globally of being the best in the world. Yeah. And commercially, I'd like to see that sort of replicated. It would be great to see a British menswear brand as big as Ralph Lauren, for instance.
Well, thank you so much, Dylan.
Pleasure.
Do you think how social media is at the moment, it actually complements the industry, or does it cause more problems and downfalls?
I think social has become, it's a crass thing to say, but it's made this industry, all industries, far more egalitarian, so it's a good thing.
Do you think there'll come a point where men's fashion shows can become as popular as London Fashion Week and the main women's fashion weeks that we see around the world?
From a profiling commercial point of view, I see no reason why men's fashion week in any city shouldn't be as big as women's fashion week, frankly. Thanks very much, it's great.